Jaoko Oburu Odinga, the son of Dr. Oburu Odinga. His father is the elder brother to Raila Amolo Odinga. Jaoko Oburu Odinga is a grandson of Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Jaoko Oburu Odinga has been appointed by President William Samoei Arap Ruto as a special advisor on economic and social empowerment, kitu kama hiyo, whatever it is. But he has been appointed as special advisor to the president. Now let us look at the job. I don't think it has a job group or anything. In our constitution, leaders, governors, presidents, and even deputy presidents and vice presidents, they are entitled to advisors paid by the government from taxpayer. What we don't have is that we do not have two things. We do not have their salary scale. We do not have their qualifications. We do not have the number of advisors each are supposed to do. After the Gen Z problem, where one of the complaints that the Gen Zs had was they were complaining that the government had so many people. And you see, we have some jobs like a special advisor. We are not told how many the president needs to have. We are not told, okay, the salary we can only guess, because when Gen Z complained about bloated whatever, I think apart from a handful CSS, most of them were re-employed in the government as special advisors. Now, for somebody who was a minister, being employed as a special advisor, it means that this is somebody who does not get 100,000 per month. He gets good salary. After the Gen Z demonstration, that is when the government put a cap on the number of advisors each cabinet secretary has to have. If you have more than that number, I think they were said to be two, if I'm not wrong. If you have more than that number, then you yourself has to pay for the others. So we have so many people being employed and whatever. I don't want to be discriminative. By being discriminative, I don't want to be seen that if you are related to a senior person, then your chances, your constitutional rights, your privileges are drastically reduced. Your privileges are drastically reduced just because, okay, let me put it the other way around. Every Kenyan, irrespective of whether he or she is related to anybody or not even related to anybody, let the fact that you are related to somebody, let it not be an advantage, and also let it not be a disadvantage. I also want to say this. The fact that you are not related to anybody of authority should not be an advantage, neither should it be a disadvantage to you. I believe that everybody, whether related to anybody or not, your own capability should be the determining factor of whether you should get this or that position. Who am I saying so? I'm saying so because I am also a son of a police officer. senior police officer. I have a brother, same mother, same father. He is still a constable, having worked over 25 years in the police service. He's still a constable. It took me 5 years to be an inspector of police, but many people would say, and I used to be given very sensitive positions. People are saying he was being given this because of his father. My father is still the father of my brother, and my brother has not even been made a corporal. So I understand this thing that even those people who are related to senior people, they also are entitled to anything that anybody should be. So the fact that you are related or not related to anybody should not be a deciding factor. The deciding factor should be a fact that are you competent for that position? Are you a Kenyan? Are you competent for that position? Just those two. And if you are competent for that position, among all Kenyans who have the qualification and have shown interest in that position, are you better than the others? It is possible that you being from a favored or a privileged background, you could be better than the others. So be it. That is my view. But I just want to tell Kenyans, because I've even been a subject of attacks on social media, especially on my YouTube. How much have you been paid by Ruto to? But I want to tell Kenyans from all political spheres that we, sons and daughters of nobodies, we are nobody. We are only important on two occasions. We are only important when it comes to casting our votes. You cast for that candidate, I cast for that candidate. That is where we are important. And the other importance of ourselves is that when it comes to riots, when it comes to causing, when it comes to closing down the the streets and whatever, it is us, or okay, my age would say it is our children. Our children are the ones who go and cause mayhem. Our children are the ones who get hurt by whatever happens there. Apart from the late Fidel, who would not mind going to a scene that was riotous, most of these kids from well-off families, they watch what our kids are doing while they are on with a remote in their homes. For you to reach them, their homes, first of all, the estate has the major security company that guards that place. Then in the compound, they have another guard who guards just that compound, answerable to that. So in the safety of that, you come out of your slums, you go cause whatever. There is a lot of things that. Well, how many cases do we have even of Kenyatta, where youths who have been beaten up and whatever, they are just dumped in Kenyatta National Hospital. Their families are supposed to go and look for Harambes to do that. But kids from rich families, they don't even go there. And if they are sick, they have insurance, they have AAR, they can even be uplifted by helicopters from wherever they are sick. They could be somewhere in the countryside and they become sick. The helicopter will come and lift them up, take them to Nairobi Hospital, if not Karen Hospital. So this is what the purpose of Jaokos being appointed was to tell the youths that these people only remember us when they turn against each other. When they turn against each other, that is when we are remembered. And then it is us who go to the street and search, haki yetu, haki yetu. Now look at the East African Legislative Assembly. Kalonzo Musyoka took his son there. Raila has taken his daughter there. Raila's brother, now the father to Jaoko, was even in the East African Legislative Assembly. The people, now when it comes to going to East African Legislative Assembly or being appointed as a special advisor, special envoy, whatever, their kids are remembered. But when it comes to voting, when it comes to throwing stone, when it comes to facing security on the streets, our children will go there. The animal farm, the animals looked at the pigs and they looked at the human being on and off, and they were confused. They could not differentiate them. So you may be supporting pig and I may be supporting farmers, and we fight. But when they go and sit there, they will, according to animal farm, they will start whining and drinking, and we in the windows there will be looking at them, and we will be wondering, not knowing which is which. I also want to add here that in Kenya's history, I think the president with the highest number of advisors is the current president, William Samoei Arap Ruto. Is the person with the highest number of advisors. But then again, when you look at the other side and ask yourself, who is the president who least requires or who least uses advice from advisors? It is the same president. We have had Jomo Kenyatta, we have had Daniel Toroitich, Arap Moi, we have had Mwai Kibaki, we have had Uhuru, and now we have Ruto. It is my opinion, and which I'm entitled to, and which I'm sincerely believe it is true, that not only is Ruto a hands-on man, he is a sort of prime cabinet secretary. Yeah, he's a sort of a prime cabinet secretary. One, and two, I tend to believe that Ruto is the person who, what he gets from his advisors is that he comes up with a concept, and hands it over to the advisors, who justifies it and who sandpapers it to the required professional standards. So personally, I would prefer a hands-off president. And if I have to be, in my opinion, because all the four presidents I've seen them in my adult life, I think the most hands-off president Kenya has ever had was Mwai Kibaki. The second being Jomo Kenyatta. I cannot say that what do you call? I cannot say that Moi and Uhuru were completely hands-off, but in all the Kenyan presidents we have ever had, I think Ruto is the most hands-on and the best any minister can be. The best any minister can be in any ministry is being the equivalent of assistant minister. So I think it is not good and it is not fair to have so many advisors, especially even to a person like Mwai Kibaki. I would even believe that half the number of advisors that Ruto has would be sufficient for a person like Kibaki. And then on the other hand, I would also want to believe that we don't need a president. We don't need a prime cabinet secretary in form of a president. No, we all agree. I think if 98% of Kenyans agree that Kibaki was the best president. Why? because he was a hands-off president.